when it comes to passion, people, they even don't know what they are doing. They find the time flying. Sometimes it would be day and night. Sometimes they would travel from countries to countries to find their passion, to follow their passion. Some people, they like voting. Some people, they like acting. Some people, they like to attend seminars. Some people do a lot of things. Now here, I got two brothers, two friends all the way from Oman. Now what is their passion? They got a lot of things in their pocket, in their bucket list. One is to visit India, and they are regular visitors. They come down to Kerala because it's green over here. Number two, they go into Ayurveda treatment to make sure that they are healthy, fit, and they are always young and look young. Number three, they like farming because that's a natural way. And today they are right now at Ashiyana Rabbit Farm, which has been running here for more than 14 to 18 years right now, around about 2 decades, let me put it very short and clear. They like farming, they like a lot of things which is done around the farm, and they want to take that technology or take that natural way to their homeland, Oman. So let me straight away go to them and ask them to introduce the right way, the right pronunciation, what they do, what's their passion, what made them bring here again and again. This is not the first time, they've been here many times. What makes them come here again and again and explore the natural farming here down in Kerala in a place called Tirur, which is in Malappuram district. Let's go to the first guest. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Hamoud Al Sumri, and this is my third time coming to this Ashiyana Rabbit Farm. I have a lot of passion in rabbits since my childhood, and I've been searching about how to farm the rabbits. I went through the internet. I found many places where they teach about rabbit farming in USA, in Europe, and in India. With my intensive search, I arrived with Dr. Migdad in the internet. I called him from Oman, and he welcomed me here to Tirur, Malappuram in Kerala. When I came here the first time, my time was too short. I did not have enough time to learn more what I could learn from him at that day. So I plan to come for the second time, and the third time today we come. It's so amazing to see that the rabbits, they have a lot of byproducts here. From rabbits, they use the urine for the fertilizer, they use the rabbit manicule for the fertilizing, and they use the intestine when they slaughter the rabbits to produce the biogas. So here they use the biogas, all that comes free, and that's the waste from the rabbits, and that's the good byproduct which they get from rabbits. They use the fuzz, they use other stuff for what you call this fertilizing, and they use the blood to make the what you call this vaccination for the animals. So it's amazing to see how much uses of this little animal they get from here. I guess that's all. I will get Mohammed to introduce himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my name is Mohammed Al-Mazrou'i. I actually joined Hamoud here to Canada for the first time, and as mentioned, I came actually specifically to bring my mother for treatment, but actually it was a great opportunity to visit Dr. Migdad here and Farouk in this fantastic place, and it's a pleasure, it's an honor to be among brothers and friends. Inshallah, we'll learn a lot from you, and I think what brought me, and actually what I really enjoyed over the last 2 days, is see the passion through the eyes of Dr. Migdad, and actually talking to you yesterday as well. So I work on subsurface, so my main field is actually in looking for sources of energy that actually will run out. So I'm looking for fossil fuels in a way. However, now the whole world is moving through a transition into potentially more sustainable sources of energy. And I think all the industries are going through that. And actually, it was a real pleasant surprise when I came here, and I heard a lot about how sustainable living here. So actually, in Migdad's house, seeing potentially how they generate the biofuels, that he uses for cooking, and how quickly actually he can recover the cost of all the facilities in order to allow him to, first of all, manage waste, produce sustainable energy, be away from the grid with the solar power that he has in the house. That was amazing, that actually with monsoon coming up now, that he can be independent of the grid if anything happens during the monsoon. That's something I wasn't expecting, and I think we need, especially where we come from, where actually sun is in abundance, that actually that we should implement some of the learnings that you've already taken over here. So really happy to be here, really happy to see the sustainable way of living, really happy to see electric cars already coming in, because that's the future. Everywhere they're encouraging it, so it's good to see them here. But the one that really I have to express my deep appreciation to see is, first of all, hospitality that we've seen from the people here, but in addition, actually your passion for sustainable solutions. I mean, hearing yesterday how much you use the rabbits from the meat, from the fertilizers, from the waste, the waste to generate all the biofuels. It's amazing. I never knew that you could do so much with the rabbits, and I think that shows you through the passion that actually when you share the actual content itself. So really glad to be here and happy to see actually this beautiful place, and I'm sure I'll have many more visits just to see you.
We could see a lot of waste management they use for the waste of rabbits, where they use the other parts of rabbits that cannot be used for something else, for making the food for other animals, like dogs, biscuits and all, are made from the rabbit waste. So I would recommend everybody to pursue this kind of business in rabbit farming, because it has many potentials from the byproducts from the rabbit itself, away from the meat alone. Yeah.
Wow. So what are your 3 key takeaways after this visit? Now, this
It's,
is your 3rd visit. So what are the 3 very specific key
The
takeaways?
waste management, the bioproducts, which we get the byproducts from the rabbits, which can be used for other way of making more money, you see, and sustainability living, which you have. It's so sustainable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. What about you after seeing all this?
Yeah, I think first of all, the top one actually takeaway before I even met both of you, yourself and Dr. Migdad, is actually what you started this conversation is passion makes things happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we've got the father of rabbit farming in here, and I think that it can only that could have only happened with the passion actually pushing it forward. But we have to. I think the next thing that you have to take, the next takeaway is that only by doing it you actually sort of utilize that passion, or actually sometimes by doing things, the passion comes out even more.
Absolutely.
So actually by working it out, it makes the passion grow and grow, and you can start being reflected in other things that actually started from that. The third one is actually, as mentioned before, I think we tend to think of sustainable, because that's why I kept on asking the again and again. How many solar panels do you have? I mean, is it really all the 10 solar panels that you have there? I mean, you just have the rainy season coming. How are you going to manage it? So, sustainable living is possible. However, you need to make it happen.
Absolutely.
And I think the takeaway from here is that we can make it happen. It will take an effort. You need to make it. You need to get your actions right. You need to start. However, it is possible to. So those are my 3 takeaways from the trip.
That's absolutely great. Now here's something that we have noted, that you've been here twice and there's a 3rd time you're coming
Yeah,
here.
my 3rd time, or maybe 4th time even.
And brother, you're coming for the very first time. You didn't have any clue about what is rabbit farming. You had no clue about Migdadis and all, and it's only something that the Migdadians. The only thing that you were aware of what was being told to you by someone else. I mean,
Yes.
that was indirect, and we're right.
Yes.
Now, after coming here, you got some sort of awareness, and awareness is very, very important when you go back. So, my question to you is, if there is an opportunity for you to bring youngsters, the future leaders, who would like to have their own sustainable way of living and helping, and if there's an opportunity for you to bring those youngsters along with you to show them this is also a way for living. Not only the hi-fi level of living, but there is another way of people living in with what they have. What is your thoughts on that?
No, in fact, I'm planning for my retirement very soon. After serving over 35 years. And my next plan after retirement is to train people and coach them on sustainable life. And that's where I need to bring people from other places to here, to this place, to learn from you guys, so they can take the way you do things here and implement them back home, where they stay, where they really need this kind of sustainability living, where they can benefit from what you're doing here. And basically I need to transfer what we do here back to Africa, where they really need it the most. Yeah, so I would bring maybe in the next time people from Africa all the way here to learn, so they can implement it back in Africa.
Good.
Because they need it the most there than in the Gulf. Gulf countries, they are more sufficient than Africa.
Exactly.
So what we do here, it's pretty much applicable in Africa, and they need it.
Absolutely.
So we need to transfer it there.
Absolutely. To summarize everything, what would you tell or what would you share to the Arabic-speaking audience in Africa?
The hospitality.
They didn't understand what he said. What about in Arabic?
الكرم اللي موجود هنا والصحبة الطيبة. لما تجي في هذا المكان لا تلقى دكتور مقداد ولا دكتور فاروق. لما توصل هنا تحصل أصدقاء، الأخوة يستقبلوك يرحبوك، يخلوك تدخل في بيوتهم كأنك أنت واحد منهم. ما تشعر بالفرق أنك أنت عربي هم غير عرب. لما تجي هنا ياخذوك ويرحبوك ويكرموك ويعلموك ويعطوك كل ما أنت تريد. فأنا أشجع كل عربي أن يزور في هذا المكان.
ما شاء الله جزاك الله خيرا. What about you, brother?
Actually,
What about Arabic?
I'll come to the Arabic, but actually I wanted to say this actually. When Mahmoud told me that the last 2 days we set up a program to come and visit here and be with you, my impression it was I'm gonna go like a tourist and see sites and places, but actually, what happened is when I go back, I was thinking, what am I going to tell that actually, especially not my family, but actually the people in the office, because I was telling them that, look, the last 2 days I'm going to go somewhere, I think it would be very nice, you will see how Kerala, from a tourist point of view, because he kept on telling me, you'll see very nice places, and actually what the story of coming here is, okay, it's very nice, it's fantastic, you've got the greenery, you've got the nice weather. To me, the big takeaway is the people. Is actually less of the place, is more of the people that you find here. I mean, of course, starting from when we arrived yesterday to when we met with Brother Muhammad last night with the other group and we had dinner together. That is the big takeaway from me, from actually the people around here. Yeah. The other one, I think, which is, I would like to share my sincere appreciation and I think of the great work that both of you have been doing, especially Dr. Migdad actually, is the question that Mahmoud gets asked all the time. How did you get to know Dr. Migdad? I mean,
I often ask him the same question.
So the fact that and that's very much leadership, is you've learned something and you're very happy to share what you have learned with others and know that it's not just you delivering it, but actually inspiring others to deliver. It gives you even more satisfaction. And I think every time I hear Mahmoud, how he emailed, responded, came, talked to him, I think this is, so naturally he developed into a leader, into a coach, into a mentor, at the same time while still driving the business through, managing competition around it. And to me that human element about it is actually the biggest reward that I take away from visiting actually the place here. So how people can be open, how people can be happy to share their experiences so that you don't repeat so we don't go through the same difficulties and then replicate the learnings elsewhere. I think that's something often we don't get everywhere. I think I've seen it here. I've seen the way we've been actually sort of staying with you for the last few days. More or less everywhere I've been, I've taken the learning. And in myself, last night when I went to bed a lot later than morning, was earlier to bed, and then I couldn't switch off. Right? I was wondering what am I going to tell everybody else about my trip, because I told people I'm going to tell you about that trip. I'm going to go away for 2 days, and when I come back I'll have a lot of photos to share. And so I was thinking, what am I going to type tomorrow? Because I'll send people something tomorrow so that they know what I've been doing in the last 2 days. And it all boils down literally to actually the human element of it, and the interaction, the appreciation of you having the knowledge and need to share, and actually inspiring others to really contribute. So that's actually the big takeaway.
And that in fact leads me to the definition of leadership by John Maxwell. In fact, you are a teacher as well, because we both are qualified coaches and trainers under Jancy Maxwell. John says leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. That's number one. Now, what is leader? Leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So he had all the leadership quality in him, because he wanted to see something, then he made sure that he come here once, twice. Now he was very much influenced by the love and affection that you mentioned about Dr. Migdad and so forth. And then he made sure that this is the right time to bring leaders like you to showcase what's happening here. And the leading keeps on going.
And everybody has to do their bit to spread the wisdom, to share.
It's all about multiplication.
Multiplication, yeah. And to me, that's actually what I would like really to commend you, I think, for having such a nice setup, such an open setup, a very welcoming setup. And I think that's exactly what Mahmoud reflected in Arabic, in finding actually brotherhood, camaraderie. I think that's another one that you can use, is that the feeling that you are in this together, and then you need to go through it together.
You feel you're with a family when you come here. You don't feel less than a family when you come here. Really, when you come here, you feel you're with the brothers. They don't make you feel less than a brother here. Yeah.
So if I want to say it in Arabic, just for the sake, I think محمود قالها بطريقة يمكن أفضل. الحمد لله لما وصلنا إلى كيرلا وزرنا الأخ مقداد، دكتور مقداد، والأخ فاروق هنا، حسينا أنا في البداية كنت جاي مكان يعني حاسب نفسي كسائح، بس لما وصلت المكان حسيت نفسي اني دخلت مجموعة وكأني بينهم وياخذوني معاهم واتعلم منهم ونستفيد من خبراتهم. واظن الاستفادة من الخبرات اللي هم اكتسبوها، الطريقة اللي هم يحاولوا يشاركوا خبراتهم والطرق اللي هم ابتكروها، خاصة اللي نسميه الحين التنمية المستدامة أو العيش المستدام، بالطرق مش التقليدية، بالطرق الحديثة، بس يعني مستدامة اللي ممكن نستمر فيها سنين وسنين، يعني نستعمل الطاقات الموجودة اللي حتنفذ الأحفورية هذه بطريقة أفضل، وبنفس الوقت نعمل بيئة، لأن الطرق اللي شفناهم هنا اللي يعملوها خاصة عن طريق الاستفادة من الأرانب ومزارع الأرانب، وطريقة تحويل الطاقة واستخدام الطاقة بتسجيل الطاقة الشمسية، كلها أشياء يعني سهلة إن احنا يعني نعملها في بلادنا، خاصة إن عندنا يعني طاقة شمسية متوفرة والمزارع نقدر نبنيها في أماكن معينة، خاصة اللي اكتسبنا من خبراتهم. الحمد لله والله استفدت من الرحلة آخر اليومين هذه كثير، وآمل إن الناس البقية ممكن يكون عندهم فرص يستفيدوا من الخبرات هذه.
Thank you, Jazakallah khair, to both of you for coming in here, and sure, inshallah, you're going to visit again and again.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed the session, and let's meet up again with another guest from another country.